Greetings, peers and queers. Welcome back to another episode of Monday through Friday. My name is JC, and on today's episode, something a little bit different. A few days ago, I received a care package. The package came all the way from Spokane, Washington, and who sent the package to me? It was my Aunt Carolee and her partner Sue. These wonderful ladies sent me not only some beautiful letters, but they sent me a package full of just an array of different things that I want to share with you today. I did originally record myself opening the package for the first time because I wanted to get that reaction, but my makeup was horrible. I just got in from work and I got some packages. I'm super excited about it. This is my excited, I just got back from work. I got packages face. Look. Let's open them up. Horrible. So I wanted to do it proper. To begin with, I'm going to read to you the letters. Here we go. This one is from Sue. Dear JC, I don't know if you remember me, but my name is Sue, and I am your Aunt Carolee's partner. We did meet over a decade ago at your mom's house at Thanksgiving. Totally remember that. Your aunt, she is very proud of you, shared your YouTube I'm Back One Moon Later video. And I was very touched by it. At one point you declared yourself a lesbian. I am. I am a queer woman. I'm sapphic. I am a lesbian. And I immediately got it. I could see that even though you were born a male, I am trans, you identified as female. Some would say, isn't that heterosexual? And no, it is not. 100%. I am a trans woman, and I am attracted to women. I am attracted to feminine energy. I am a lesbian. You are a female who wants an intimate relationship with another female. That is a lesbian. I know my own mother had a hard time with that. One of her first questions to me was, so who is the boy in the relationship? There is no boy in the relationship. That's the point. After a few moments of composing myself, I was on the phone. I told her this, Mom, neither of us is the boy, because we are women who want to be with another woman. So we want the other person to be a woman, not a boy. Whoever I end up being in a relationship with, neither one of us is going to be a boy. Even whatever the anatomy is, no one is going to be a boy in the relationship. My relationships from now on, for the rest of my life, physical relationships, romantic relationships, there will be no men involved. All right? Even me being trans, there will be no male energy involved. It will be women. I see you and I think you are wonderful. I want to thank you for allowing me to go with you on this wonderful journey of self-discovery. It can be exhilarating. It can be terrifying. And most of all is the most delicious sense of freedom to become who you're meant to be. I'm nearly 2 years into this journey. And I have a greater sense of self and knowing who I am than I have ever had in my life. And I am grateful for every day that I wake up because I have won. I am JC. I'm finally who I was meant to be. And everything feels right. Your friend, Sue. P.S. Your aunt selected a number of items that she is sending you. I have a XENA sword letter opener I would like you to have. I know that swords also have a meaning in tarot, and your mind and intellect is so sharp, appreciate the pun, I thought it appropriate. Yeah, on a couple of different levels in the tarot. And that pun with your mind being so sharp, your intellect being so sharp. Well done. Message received. Beautiful. I love fortune cookies and sharing that fortune with others. Here is my favorite to share with you. And there is a fortune cookie. And there is a fortune cookie taped right there. It says, "Don't just exist, live." That is what I'm trying to do every day of my life. I don't want to just be here. I want to live this. I want to live life. I'm going to read one more letter that I got from Sue. Dear JC, so sorry to hear about your mom and other family members. Family can be a complex issue as we cannot choose the family we are born into. But we can form relationships that are stronger than family, like I have with your Aunt Carolee. Life can feel like crap and unfair, but you are a strong, resilient woman, and you will get through this. In a similar situation, I always felt like I was steel going through the fire. I was fragile and easily fractured when I went in, but stronger for the flames of adversity I endured, gaining strength, hardness, and toughness. It has been a gauntlet transitioning, and more than that, finding myself. Because yes, on one hand, a lot of things are new to me, but to be honest, a lot of things have always been me, and they're just now being shown. What was tough was re-evaluating or re-describing the relationships that I had with the people around me. That was the hardest part. As painful as your family situation is now, I think you could consider what they can't take from you, and that is your memories. Those great memories that make you who you are, that no one can steal. My brother and I were very close, and we were only 18 months apart. What they call Irish twins. My brother and I, very similar. We were only 22 months apart, not even 2 years. He was my anchor. I lost him to a drunk driver when he was only 14 years old. The years we had together are my most cherished memories. I know your brother is still alive, but it is like he is cut off from you. But you have great memories. I remember how the two of you made that video of Pickles and Sam. I recall the Halloween decoration you based it on. I found one on the internet. I wanted you to have it because you also wear the tattoo based on your creation. I think it is a wonderful memory. Even though your family is blind to the fact that your transition is the real you and that you haven't really changed on the inside, you are still you, growing, evolving, becoming. I see you, and I hope you have a great Halloween. Your friend Sue. I really appreciate that. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. It's been rough. Not gonna lie, it's been rough. It's been beautiful. It's been amazing. It's been eye-opening. It's been affirming. But in certain situations, it has been difficult. And yeah. And as for the memories, back in 2011, when I first met Sue, my Aunt Carolee and Sue came over to my mother's house, and my brother and I had created a video. We created a video together based off of a Halloween decoration that we had at my mom's house. And I don't know if you could see it. Boop. But that right there, that is the Halloween decoration that just arrived with this package that Sue got me. I'm going to show it to you now a little bit closer.
with me? Trying to save your pickles, man.
All right, now I would like to share with you a few of the things that my aunts had sent me. This is the first one. Look at this. It is a tin. It is a tin of Halloween cards, vintage Halloween cards. I love the skeleton. I love vintage Halloween decorations too. Very much Halloween is my favorite time of year. It's always been my favorite holiday. I'm born on the 15th of October. That plays a little bit into it, but I just love the colors, the pageantry, the images of, like, you know, accepting and coming to terms with mortality. Let's take a look on the inside. So it opens up and we have a few different Halloween cards inside. All right, so we got this beautiful, beautiful witch with the bats. I love it. Oh, it's so gorgeous. We've got some owls. Some spooky little owls. Look at them. I love their little feet on the branch. Ooh, this one's pretty. Look at that skeleton. Look at the webs. I love the spider webs. Look at those. Those are beautiful. Those are beautiful. And this is so intricate. Look at the bones on that. So, so intricate. And I'm looking at these Halloween cards for the first time. I'm looking at all of them for the first time. Black cat. A little fraidy cat. And that moon. Oh, I love moons. A little crescent moon. I love that ragged border too. Look at that. Here we go. What? Boo. It says boo. Scarecrow. Oh, and it's got glitter on it. Pumpkin head on the scarecrow. A house in the background and a road. Look at the hay, the bats. You can feel the glitter on it. Okay. Look at this one. Spider. Look at that spider. It's even got bristles on the legs. That's so cool. And look at the web. Oh, just gorgeous. I love Halloween decorations. I love vintage Halloween decorations. I love these cards. They are gorgeous. And I can't wait to do a future video with them. All right, let's see what else is in here. All right, so I've gone through this bag already, but there are some interesting things in this bag. Very interesting things in this bag. Let's go ahead, we'll open it up. First, in this little drawstring pouch right here. Let's take a look at that. Okay. Inside, there's this little red pouch. And in the bag, there's this beautiful, beautiful moon ornament. Look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. Very like Oak King or Holly King. And inside of the bag is a crystal. How gorgeous is that? There's a little loop right there at the top of the moon, and you can suspend this crystal from inside of it. The moon is gorgeous. I love the refraction of the crystal. Ah, this thing is so cool. So, so cool. Look at that. Beautiful, mesmerizing. This is really, really amazing. I love this. I gotta find a place for it somewhere in my room. All right, we're gonna take a look inside of this bag. All right, check this out. It's a little wand. It's a necklace, but on this wand there's faces. I'm going to try to show that to you now. Kind of hard to see with all the light, but if you look closely, there's little faces on there. And there's this cool red ruby on the front of it. Look at that. You can kind of make out one of the faces right here. Very cool necklace. Very, very cool. Let's take a look inside this one. Look at how beautiful that is. Look at that. This thing is simply gorgeous. The thing is beautiful. Let me see the earrings now. Look at those. If I'm ever lucky enough to get married, I am wearing this jewelry. I am wearing this set 100%. If I'm ever lucky enough to get married. Bracelet, the necklace, the earrings, I am wearing these on my wedding day if I'm ever married. These Cloisonne necklaces belong to grandmother Shirley, my dad's mother. Inside the one on the right is a small glass bottle with a cork inside this one. I think in the old days, people would put some type of perfume or even drugs in it. So if you listen real carefully, you hear that? Inside of here is a little bottle with a cork, and inside of it is either some type of perfume or some kind of drug, and this probably acted like a talisman. This belonged to my paternal grandmother. My grandmother and my grandfather spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia for my grandfather's work, and a lot of this stuff, a lot of these family heirlooms and jewelry that came specifically from my grandmother Shirley came during her time in places like Vietnam and all across Southeast Asia. Very, very cool. Rama Jewelry, Bangkok, Thailand. Here's another one of those. Look at that. It's got that cool tassel on it. And that looks like a bird of paradise. I don't know if you can see that. But that's a bird of paradise. I love the colors on it. It's so rich. The colors on it are so... The camera doesn't do it justice. This is like holding a museum in your hands. This thing is absolutely marvelous. Love purple. It's one of my favorite colors. Wow. Look at this medallion. If anybody out there can read and understand this kanji, this script on there, go ahead and leave what it says in the comment box down below, because I'd be super interested in hearing what these kanji have to say. And then here's the reverse side. And I don't know if you can see that, but that is a dragon on there. The enclosed silver dragon medallion was your grandmother Shirley's favorite piece that she bought in Hong Kong on her way to live in Thailand. I put it on a heavy box chain necklace. This is amazing. Look at the size of this thing. Look at how big that is. Oh, and the detail on it is immaculate. Look, you can see right through it. That black, that's cut out. All of that black that you're seeing, that is cut out. Light can pass through that. I understand that it's backwards, but if you can interpret this for us, write the interpretation down in the comments below. Oh my goodness, this is gorgeous. And then we have this. I know what this is already. And this is super cool. Okay, so see that? Boom. This is that letter opener. That is the replica XENA's sword letter opener. And this thing has got some heft to it. This thing's got some weight to it. Oh, look at how big that is. That's bigger than my hand. This thing is super cool. I dig it. I love it. XENA is like one of my all-time favorite characters and one of my earliest crushes. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. I am going to use this. I'm going to use this. Let's put it that way. I'm going to use this. This is cool. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So much. A little bit of background. A long time ago, my aunt made me a copy of her findings about like the family history. And this is from my grandma Shirley's side, my aunt's mother. A few years before the turn of the century, while people were dating their letters 1800s instead of 1900s, there was a wedding in Chicago in which you were concerned. The bride-to-be was Minnie Sorensen, and the groom-to-be was John Nikolai Nielsen. They would be your great-great-grandparents. Minnie had not always lived in America, for she had been born and grew up in Denmark. She had lived in the city of Aalborg along with her mother Andrea Kirstein, her father Anders K. Sorensen, and her sisters Sophia and Joanne. When Minnie was 16 or 17 years old, she came to America. It took about 2 weeks by steamship. So this is a full history of my roots, of one entire side of my family's history that my aunt had compiled well over a decade ago. Well, nearly a decade ago. And it just goes through here and is beyond amazing. Greetings. Here are some tellings from the lives of John Nikolai Nielsen and his wife, Minnie Sorensen Nielsen. In this, there are 8 generations. See genealogy chart, which I prepared for you and sent some years ago. There you will find more information, dates and places of origin in Denmark, for they are all Danes, these forebearers of ours. For the longest time, I really only had expressive reference of heraldship from my maternal side of the family, whereas my mother and those that came before her were 100% Sicilian, with a dash of French every few generations. On my paternal side, my father's side, there is a great history of Danish heritage and German heritage. The Nielsen family, completely Danes. That's why a lot of people in our family are fairly tall. And in some of my other videos, I may have referenced the fact that I'm rather tall. Yeah, on one side of my family, I'm Sicilian with a little bit of French here and there. And on the other side of my family, I'm Danish and German. And there's a lot of interesting stuff going on that side of the family. They've done a lot of really great, impressive things. Let's put it that way. So yeah, I still have all the letters. I still have these amazing stories about our family and our ancestors that you had given me years ago. For the record, my aunt has over and over again been a touchstone in my life, not only to where I come from, my heritage, who came before me, what lies in my past, but also the fact that, like, as far as I can remember, she is one of the only other queer women in my family. And to have a living model, someone to look up to, another woman in my life who feels the same way that I do and has experienced a lot of the same things that I have. Yes, it is important to know where you came from. Not everyone has that commodity. So over the years, my Aunt Carolee has time and again sent packages or letters or came and visited and has been like, hey, this is who you are. This is where you come from. These are the people that came before you. And you share a little bit of that spark in you. And quite frequently, she was talking about people generations before her or I stepped onto this planet. Like long, long ago. From my point of view, and yes, even as I was growing up as a small child, I looked up to my Aunt Carolee because innately I knew inside of myself how brave she was, how determined and strong and magnificent she was. My Aunt Carolee gave me hope for many, many years, I think without even her knowledge. When I first started realizing that, hey, I was a little bit different. And I wasn't like everyone else around me. It was very important having this living touchstone of another queer family member. Someone that I could look up to and be like, if she can do it, I can do it. If she can live her life, live her truth, then I have the ability to do that too. And we're talking, I'm like 34, going to be 35 this year. Okay? And we're talking like when I was like 3, 4, 5. And then later on when I was like 10, 11, 12. And then later on when I was in high school. And later on when I was turning 20 and in my young 20s. I kept coming back to, if Carolee can do this, then I can do this. And there have been times when just having her in my life and being like, I can do this. Having another queer woman in my life, someone that I'm related to, knowing where I come from, has been tremendously important and has given me so much courage and so much strength. And you just add that up with how kind she is. And her and Sue, her and her partner Sue, both my aunts, how loving they are. I mean, like, okay, these ladies spend their time ghost hunting. They're paranormal investigators in Washington State. And for fun, they hunt Bigfoot. Okay? Can you imagine coming from a family that is that cool, or being related to somebody who is like this comic book hero who lives this eccentric, amazing, imaginative, magical life? Could you imagine being related to them? And then you hear these stories of like, oh, your family's full of Danes, and here's jewelry from your grandmother that came from Hong Kong and Thailand. It's amazing. And it can be quite jarring. Sometimes I think that I'm not destined for much. Sometimes I think I'm just destined for mediocrity, and I'm just going to be this blah person who kind of coasts through life. But I can't do that. And I am not that. I was not built to be mundane. I was not built to be the average, ordinary. Anyone out there, if you have this spark in you as well, and I don't mean this particular brand of spark, but I mean, like, find the people in your bloodline who did great things, or stood out a little bit, or had something marvelous and miraculous about themselves. If you can't find out anything about your particular family members or ancestors, find someone else in history that you identify with. Find someone in history who speaks to you. Be like, this person is going to be my role model. My role model is my Aunt Carolee. And both her and my Aunt Sue are amazing people, amazing women. They've been together for what now, like over 20 years? I can barely hold it together for like 2 or 3 years with anyone. Granted, in the past, I was kind of also living a lie, so maybe that had something to do with it. But I am who I am now. I'm JC Akasha Nova. All right? And I come from a long line of interesting people. We'll leave it at that. I just want to say thank you. Carolee, Sue, thank you so much. It means so much to me. These gifts, your beautiful letters, your kind words, the conversations we've had on the phone, the very fact that you're thinking of me, and that there's this generational solidarity amongst us for having known what it is to be a queer woman in this world. Thank you. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Carolee, for everything you've done, for your humor, your generosity, being there for me as different things in my life go on. And to my niece, to my brother's oldest child, if you ever need to talk to somebody, or if you ever need somebody to fill in a few holes in where you come from or what life was like, or if you ever just need to talk, I'm here for you. Contact me. I may not be speaking with your father, but you're still my niece. And I would like very much to talk to you, but I will leave that up to you. If you ever need to talk to somebody who understands things and understands where you're coming from as being the oldest child or other matters, I'm here for you. Reach out to me. I'm your Aunt JC. So that'll be it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you, Carolee. Thank you, Sue. I love you all very much. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.